Alright, so I wanted to make a video going more in depth on standard deviation and give you guys another trade breakdown for Monday. This is a level that I had marked out. It was actually 215 that I took, but after I looked back, I should have taken 214.50. There's really not much of a difference. It's just half a point. But anyways, this trade caught low of day. Surprisingly, I thought we would just get a really big reaction. I didn't expect us to get low of day again. However, I guess December is just going to be a good month. At least it's starting off to be a good month. And yeah, essentially this trade, as you can see, we tap in pre-market, and then after New York AM opens, stops me at break even and then rips to profit and continues ripping for the rest of the day. And honestly, I think it went to take previous week high. Did it? I'm not sure. Probably not, but towards it at least. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Essentially, I'm going to be going over how I actually got the standard deviation level. First off, how do we find the correct manipulations? Well, I like to stay on 5 minute and below, and I look for accumulation zones and manipulations or manipulations towards liquidity pools, like I've said before in my videos. And I also want a good reaction, good break of structure, good reaction, proving that this is a manipulation leg and not, the opposite way, where it was just going towards the right direction, but then our displacement is actually the manipulation, which would be pretty funny. Essentially, during Asia, we got this manipulation leg right here. It's more clear on the 1 minute chart. Yikes, and I lost it again. Essentially, you can see we're pretty much shopping around here. Just keep reacting off previous weeks midnight open, and we finally get a breakthrough over here. We chop, we get a breakthrough, and then as soon as we get a breakthrough, we sweep out these very minor engineered liquidity, and then we displace lower, and pretty much just keep going lower. And then we tapped the -2 standard deviation, and we went to go make London highs. Now, this would have been a pretty good trade to take. However, I wasn't really. It's one of my rules to not trade Asia anymore, and I'd rather trade after London. So after 6 a.m. Eastern is when I'm allowed to look at the charts, or not look at the charts, but take trades. Essentially, here is my level for for Monday. This was my level for Monday. Again, you can see a clear accumulation right here. Sure, we're accumulating to the downside, right? We actually have a downtrend. However, we're accumulating. There's no actual trend towards something. There's no clear displacement. It's just accumulation lower, after which we displace higher. We failed to take out these highs right here, and we also failed to take out Asian highs, meaning it's a manipulation towards Asian highs. Buyers are coming in, they're looking for longs, right? But we failed to take the liquidity pool right here. And I'm not sure actually if we made a SMT with no, we did not make SMT. So it was just straight up we failed to take him out. Beautiful clean manipulation. And there, I just drew it from top to the bottom of the manipulation leg, and I was looking for the -2s since they aligned with Asia right here. We can see Asia lows right here. After Asia, we still had these lows, but this is actual Asia lows after it closed. And essentially, what I thought, we would take out Asia lows, and we had this 1 hour and this, oh, why is there so many here? Let me just, bam, okay. We had this 1 hour rejection block right here, which the CE was actually the reason for the trade. As you can see, bang, the CE pretty much aligns pretty clearly with the -2 standard deviation. And then we had a 4-minute as well. However, on the 4-minute, we had OTE tapped in. So I can show you guys that as well. For OTE, we tap OTE, which was also my level, that 4-hour OTE, which was pretty much the reason for my level, because that aligned with the -2 as well as that 1 hour. And then on the daily, if we just go on the daily, we have this daily fair value gap, which we could just go ahead and look at this, and we tap into the CE of that daily fair value gap that aligns with the -2 as well. If it's more clear to see right here, like that, there you go, right? So essentially, there was a lot of confluences, a lot of OTEs, a lot of proof for this level working out, hence why we tapped it twice. And from now on, I think I'm just gonna risk a little less if I'm scared, and let the entire thing run. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and look through here and see if we have created any manipulation legs. I guess we kind of did, but that's more to the downside. There's not much going on yet. I'm not sure. Usually after a really good day like this, I'm not sure if we have, sometimes we don't have the best, we actually have this rejection block right here that aligns in -4 and the -3.5, so that -4 aligns right there with this manipulation leg. Now, why would it be this manipulation leg? Now, I'm not sure if this manipulation leg is going to be good, since this is yesterday's price action, right? Our price action right here hasn't really given us much yet, but you can also, obviously you can still go off of previous day's price action. The reason why I'm looking at this is because we clearly have accumulation right here, and then we have a false breakout to the upside, pretty much rebalancing this this imbalance right here, and then displacement to the downside, retrace into the equilibrium of that manipulation leg and displacement lower. So honestly, if we go on the higher time frames, let's see if we have this 15-minute rejection block. Let's see. I might just give you guys a level right here. Not sure if it will work out, but oh, hold on. That -4 aligns beautifully with that 15-minute OTE. And that 7.9. Honestly, that might be not a bad level. That might not be a bad level to take. So, pretty much, if you guys want a level, there is something I'm looking at right now, being that -4 deviation. So 220 is the level I'm looking at right now, and we'll see. Maybe that will tap in and then we'll go higher. I'm not sure, but it'd be pretty cool to see, another level play out really well 2 days in a row. And this little manipulation leg right here also aligns with that -2-ish. So yeah, 220. looks pretty well, and hopefully this video kind of helped you guys understand standard deviation a little more. It's essentially power of 3 and using math to calculate where reactions will be, and aligning these levels, right? The -2, -2.25, -2.5, -3.5, -4, and -4.5 with PD arrays and OTEs. And the standard deviation is amazing. Like, it genuinely, if you have the right leg, you will be catching amazing trades. I'm telling you guys that it's like most of the top and bottom tickers that you see on TikTok scoring 30, 40 plus R in a trade are usually using a bunch of confluences, probably CZ, completed zones and all that, and standard deviation as well. Because I feel like standard deviation, obviously, it was getting a little too hyped up on TikTok. I don't know how it is right now, since I decided to delete all social media, because I feel like I need to focus on my goals, and I don't really care what goes on in the world anymore. And honestly, life feels a lot better living that way. But hold on, let me just align this, see if this aligns. But I know standard deviation was popping for a little bit, and now that it's died down, it's a little better. Yeah, there's a lot of this level looks pretty solid. I mean, there's a couple manipulation legs that I'm looking at, and they all kind of align with it. So we'll see. Maybe we'll just continue ripping to the upside, and we don't hit it. But if we do come down there, we might get a solid reaction. Anyways, thanks for watching. I have a Discord if you guys want to join, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to build a community. I'll probably have it in the link in bio or something, or in a comment. Yeah, subscribe, like, or whatever. I guess I'm becoming an influencer. I'm just trying to put out free content for people to learn how to trade, and show you guys my journey throughout this.